I am going to show you how to start a hair business today without buying a single bundle. No vendor hustle, no stock, no $2,000 investment, no panicking whether the hair that you're selling is good quality or not. Because the biggest thing stopping a lot of women starting a hair business isn't actually the skill. It's the money. It's the what if I buy this hair and the quality turns out bad? What if I can't sell this hair? What if this is a bad idea? What if I am not good enough? All of these are what goes through your mind when you're thinking about starting a hair business. And today I'm going to tell you all of the tips and tricks coming from someone that did this strategy and made 5 figures. Let's get into it. The exact model I'm talking about is BYOB. And before you say, oh, I know what this is about, you probably have never heard this before. So you need to stay back and watch till the very end. Because what I will be sharing is I'll be breaking down what you can do, the pros and cons. However, I'm also going to share with you the strategy to ensure that this works, because it's the easiest to get into. However, it's also the easiest to frustrate you, annoy you, and even let you stop hair business altogether. Let's start with what BYOB is. BYOB is a short form of bring your own bundle. And because it says bring your own bundle, doesn't mean that you're not bringing lace, because someone has asked me that. It literally means is your customer is coming to you and saying that, okay, I want to construct a wig, but I got my bundles and my closures on my frontal from AliExpress, and I want you to construct this wig for me. The service that most hairstylists or wig makers will provide with a bring your own bundle service is basically construction, styling, and coloring, or just styling and coloring, or just coloring. And sometimes your clients may request all of the service. So they may come to you and say, I want you to construct my wig, style my wig, and also color my wigs. Now let's talk about why I think this is the best way to start a hair business if you're in doubt. And when I say if you're in doubt, if you're thinking, is this for me? This is actually the best way to test waters. And the reason is because there is very low barrier to entry. You don't need any investment to start. You'll probably only need like few dollars to buy the products that you need to style your customer's hair, but you actually don't need to invest in bundles or closures. Another thing is also lower risk for the client. Now, a lot of clients, when you're new in the business, they really don't trust you. Trust comes with time, and trust comes with when you have worked with them and they have actually seen the result of what you've provided. Now, let's say, for example, you're completely new to this business. If you're watching this, you probably are. And then you go to someone and say, I sell wigs, I sell bundles. My charge for a maybe 18-inch wig is $500. Usually when people hear this, that you have control of every single thing, there's going to be some hesitation. Because number one, they don't trust if you're going to give them the best quality hair. They don't even trust if you're going to construct and style the wig properly. Now, let's switch that around, right? You go to them and you say, oh, I construct and style wigs. Just give me the bundles that you have, then I'll be able to do this for you. Now, you're splitting the control in two. You're not taking all of the control, which literally scares a lot of customers. Now, you're telling them that you bring the hair and I will do the construction. To them, that is a bit more relief because they're thinking, okay, I can buy the bundles and the closure from someone that I trust, and then I can just test this person. Even though I've given you 3 pros about bring your bundle service, this next pro is actually my favorite, and it's literally the one that changed my entire business and how I see things right now. When it comes to you providing a bring your own bundle service, you tend to work with a lot of different women with different types of hair. Now, because you've lowered the bar a bit, your conversion will be higher, which means that a lot of people come to you and bring their bundles. Now, the best part of this is because you are styling different types of hair, you will literally know quality hair when you see one. The more you do something, the better you are at it. So for example, you have about 10 customers a month, and those 10 customers bring like 10 different bundles from different vendors. While styling this hair, you will tend to see the best hair, the bad hair, the ones that you need to watch out for. All of that would happen in the space of 1 month. And this will not be the case if you are testing your own vendors and you're trying to start a hair business. In a month, you probably test maybe like maximum 2, 3, 4 vendors or 5 vendors if you are someone that's really going into it. However, even if you do that in month 1, in month 2, you will most likely not want to test that much anymore, because within month 1, you would have found the good vendor that you want to go with. Unlike if you're serving other customers that are bringing different vendors to you, you will tend to see how hair reacts when styling, how a good quality hair reacts when you wash it. All of these things you will see within a very short period of time. And just coming out of this, because you're dealing with different women, different personality, honestly, you're going to know so much and you're going to be able to grow your skill very quickly. The reason is you're not having like a particular model or a particular style that you're serving your customer. They're actually coming to you and requesting what they want. And one great thing about it is because it is easily maxable, you can get your clients very easily from like friends and family first before you then move over to strangers. And the good thing is if you decide to price yourself maybe not too high, people will grab that service very quickly. Now let's talk about the few things I don't like about the service before I go over to how to make it work. The first one is the fact that frustrates me the most, and I'm going to talk about it first. So if the hair is not exactly what they want, they tend to want to push the blame on you. And this happens because automatically people just think because you constructed the wig, you should make the hair work. And it doesn't work like that. The hair that they have provided would ensure that your work comes out well. So for example, if the hair is not the best quality and the hair is like pretty much horrible, no matter how you make it look pretty, once it gets to the customer, after a few wears, it's still going to look horrible. And what annoys me that some of the customers will do is that if someone asks them, where did you get it done? They're going to tell, oh, I did this with this person, without actually clarifying that, well, she constructed the wig, but the hair is from somebody else. Don't get me wrong. I know that some people will definitely clarify, but most times it's just easy to say this person did it rather than actually clarifying. And because of this, it tends to be very bad for business because people are already blaming you for something that you didn't do. You just constructed the wig, you just styled the wig, but you didn't actually provide the hair. Another one that kind of aligns with this, but in a different perspective, is coloring. When you are coloring a wig that isn't yours, it's actually harder than you coloring a wig that you already know how to deal with. Because often not the fault of the customer, it's probably what they have been told. They'll probably go to a vendor and they'll tell the vendor, I want to buy your best quality hair. And because some of these vendors know that you're actually coming to buy one off, they don't really care as much. So they'll probably give you one of their bad stock. And then you take it to the wig maker, she gets it, she constructs it, but because she's actually still new in the business and can't just tell that the hair is bad quality and won't achieve the color that you want. I'm talking from experience when I first started, so this is like touching a nerve because they don't understand the principle of color and the fact that this hair will not get to the level that you want it to get to. They're going to then start coloring the wig. And after multiple tries, screams, cry, whatever, they then realize that this is not going to work. And usually at that point, they have probably done a different color that is different to what the customer wants. Now, when you go to the customer and then you tell the customer that, I am so sorry, I did this color, your hair is not good quality enough, most times they won't believe you because you've left it too late. A customer came to me. This was during the time when I was actually doing bridal hairstyling. So I used to take wigs from anybody. She then gave me a wig and she said that just put some blonde pieces in the hair. And I was like, okay, that's good. I was excited because first of all, she's my bride. Second, she's wearing a color which is usually different from what you would find a lot of brides. As soon as I put the bleach on the hair, I started seeing red, like blood red. I was panicking. I was stressed out. I remember opening the windows. It was like burning. I just didn't know what to tell the customer. So I contacted her and I said to her, I am so sorry. I was coloring your wig. This is happening. I did this and the hair. And she said to me, she was like, oh, why? The hair is good quality. The hair came in natural black and I dyed it red, but I didn't like the color red on my head. So I went in with jet black. Usually at this stage, with my knowledge, as soon as I see the hair, I would have just known that the hair was previously colored. I was like, I can't color a hair that has already been dyed red and then turned into black. And you're telling me that I should then turn this hair back to blonde. But it's my fault as well because I should have asked better questions. I should have asked full details about what this hair history is before I even started. Before I move on to the mistakes that will ruin the strategy if you don't know how to deal with it, let's talk about Ohreese Hair Room. Ohreese Hair Room is a room filled of beautiful women that are looking to start a hair business and they need a step-by-step guide, or you're already in a hair business but you're struggling to actually make it sell, you're struggling with your content, you're struggling with color. This is a room that teaches you how I was able to leave my 9 to 5 after 1 year of launching Ohreese Hair. This is a room that teaches you not just the skill strategy of things, but the business strategy. If you would like to join Ohreese Hair Room, there's a link in the description. If it's open, hooray, it means that it's time to join. If it's not, it means that we are closed for the month, but you can go on the waiting list so that you get notified once it reopens. There are lots of mistakes that I could actually dive into. Let me know in the comments if you want a separate video for this. But I want to go into how this strategy worked for me. It worked so well that I was able to grow my skill as well as making 5 figures from this strategy. The reason why I was able to make 5 figures from this strategy wasn't just about the money. I know I talked about 5 figures, but it wasn't the money. The plan was actually different. The plan for this strategy was for me to learn. Every week someone brought to me was another rep. I would literally go check the bundles, check the weft, check everything. Even when the clients don't ask me to maybe bleach their bundles or color their wigs, I would take a tiny snip of hair, just a tiny, because obviously you don't want to do too much. I'll take a half an inch and I will bleach that to see how it bleaches well. The reason why I do this step was because I wanted to learn. I wanted to see how different hair reacts so that I can grow my knowledge when it comes to hair itself. The whole business that we're doing right now is called a hair business, which means that you need to understand the base of what you're working with. For example, if someone comes to me with a Filipino hair, I am looking at the strand, comparing it with Vietnamese, comparing it with India. And this really helped me when it comes to my knowledge, when it comes to dealing with vendors, when it comes to me sharing my knowledge even here on YouTube. Another thing is that it's not just the technique. I feel like a lot of people think, oh, let me just know how to style. Let me just know how to color and then I'm good to go. No, it also comes with customer service. Customer service is actually one of the things that increased my returning customers. And when it comes to consistently making money, customer service is key. I know you hear this a lot, but let me just break it down in my own way. My daughter suffers from eczema. I've always gone to the GP and they always give me medication. And to me then, I didn't know any better. So I used to just take it from them because I felt, okay, they understand what they're doing and they're giving me something that would help my daughter. After a while, I started doing a lot of research because I noticed that her skin wasn't getting better. And I started coming across a lot of videos on YouTube, on Instagram, talking about topical steroid withdrawal and how it completely ruins the skin. I looked into the medications that the GPs were giving my daughter and I could see that they were really high steroid. So I completely stopped. So I went through a private doctor. I got to her. She was a pediatrician dermatologist, which means that she is a doctor of children as well as skin. So I went to her and I sat down with her and then I explained my concern. I don't want to have my daughter go through steroids and stuff like that because I don't want it. And then she said, okay. Then she prescribed something to me. The prescription came with steroid and another form of like a low steroid and another form of medication that is in steroid. So I didn't know it was steroid because she didn't tell me. So I got the medication from the pharmacy. I started using it on my daughter. And then I came across this medication on TikTok and people were talking about the fact that it was steroid. I couldn't believe that I paid these doctors extra money and they didn't even tell me that she was actually giving me steroid, despite me sharing my concerns with her. I cancelled the doctor and I started off with DIY again. After trying DIY for moms and again the condition was getting worse, I decided to contact another private hospital. This time around, when I went to the private hospital, it was totally different. She printed books for me. She showed me, educated me. I was like in tears. I was literally for real crying because I felt like she opened my eyes to what I didn't even know about eczema, things that I could do for my daughter. She didn't just write me a list. She schooled me about what to do and what not to do. And what does that mean for her? It means that she's now like forever my daughter's doctor because now I don't trust anybody else. I only trust her because she came down to my level and she explained every single thing to me. The reason why I'm sharing all of this with you and the reason why this kind of blends in with customer service is that don't assume that your customer knows it. Don't assume that your customer, because she's coming to you, she has full knowledge that this will not work. Once you're able to have a conversation with them, break it down and explain why this cannot work, you'll be amazed at how they will feel like they are your friend, your sister, and you don't just care about the money, you also care about them. And then from there, what would happen? The next week that they make, they will probably come to you and say to you, oh, can I buy your hair? I would love to try your hair now, because they feel more confident that you're not just there for the money, you're also there for them as a customer. And I want to really be honest with you. I no longer offer bring your own bundle service. And the reason why I stopped this wasn't because the strategy is bad It wasn't because I just hated it. The first thing I did before stopping it was that I stopped coloring wigs that are not mine. And the reason why I completely stopped this was because I outgrew the service. I was getting overwhelmed with my current wig orders as well as the bring your own bundle service. And obviously I make more money with my own wig orders, so bring your own bundle service was always in the way of me making more money for my business. And that's actually the goal for you. I know so many hairstylists that actually don't sell bundles and they only offer bring your own bundle service. So this is something that you could do that is very lucrative if you make sure that you're looking at those mistakes and you're rectifying it before it even starts. So if you're thinking of starting a hair business and you're still like, I can't start because I don't have money to invest, it's obvious that you don't want to start. Because if you really want to start, bring your own bundle service is the best way to go. If this video has given you more clarity, and if you're thinking, you know what, Ohreese, I am starting my hair business and you want help, you want guidance doing this, you want to ensure that you're in the group of women that are currently doing it, going through some struggles and trying to rectify it, going through how to create content, going through how to learn color, how to style better, even the business strategy of things, then you're free to join Ohreese Hair Room. Ohreese Hair Room is the place to be to ensure that you are in this business and doing it the right way. I open doors a few times a year, so at the moment the door is open. So if you go onto the link in the description, you can find the link there to actually join Ohreese Hair Room. If you're watching this when I have closed, it means that the link is not open to join. You can actually go on the waiting list so that you get notified once it reopens. Now, I want you to drop a comment and let me know your thoughts about bring your own bundle service. If you've done it, what your struggles are, if you're enjoying it, if you're making money, let me know in the description. I would love to actually read and hear people's thoughts. Thank you so much for your time. If you haven't seen me before, hi, my name is Ohreese, and on this channel we talk about beauty business, hair business, things that you can actually do to leave your 9-to-5 so that you can have your own and you're not dependent on anybody. And if you want to join the family, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment and let me know that you've just joined. I appreciate your time and I'll see you in the next one.